Kenneth, why paint the bog? Is that not just a dull, dreary looking place?
You could be right. I've no idea really. I just found it intriguing. I have no idea why. I painted absolutely every other thing, the seashore, boats, harbours, figures, you know, interiors. The first thing I ever showed in Dublin was a painting made in Belfast Art Gallery of an Italian exhibition that was loaned to, and that was shown in the RHA and sold 50 odd years ago.
Yeah.
So did all that, and somehow the bogs kept pulling me into it. And as you know, I bought a house there. Well, I bought a wreck of a house, which but I was speaking to somebody, probably Michael, just a few minutes ago, and the thing that I get the colour from is the bog, which isn't actually worked out. You can see that there is a certain harmony. Some of them are blue, some of them are green, some of them are red, and that element would be entirely instinctive, totally instinctive, no thought at all. The structure is worked out. That's all straightforward design, composition, things I taught in the college 60 years ago. Absolutely basic design work. But when it comes to colour, that is a very personal reaction at the time, stimulating by whatever there is. And you know, Michael referred to both this painting and that one down there. And that was just a fleeting example of a winter sky that was there for maybe, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. We talked about coming down the mountain and seeing this incredible light. Well, I would have seen that incredible light briefly, and then it stayed with me for 2 or 3 years as the picture progressed.
Wonderful. But, like, are the bogs that different in Connemara, or is it a combination of moving light, or...?
No, where we are, which is, I now understand is a blanket bog, which is a particular type of bog, that I think is unique, because I've been to other bogs. There's a bog of Arran, which has got a terrific name and so on, and I don't get the same charge from it. Now, there may be some weird psychological reason, because as you know, I have family connections in Mayo, to that part of the world, going back to 1840.
Yeah.
So maybe there is some weird ancestral link with it. I couldn't tell you about that. That's not my expertise, you know.
Yeah. But you see colour, I mean, in quite a remarkable way. I mean, I have seen, because you have showed me how to look at the bog, I see colour in it too. But they're somehow more dramatic in your work. I know I have seen all of these colours, but it's the way that you combine them and manage to just point out to us the absolute magic of the bog, really.
Well, again, Michael used that phrase, it is a magical place. At the same time, it's a very dangerous place. Like the sea, you need to respect it. And I certainly do that. I appreciate it and I respect it. And I also love it.
Yeah. And have you really enjoyed painting? Or is it just like that it sort of gradually weaved its magic on you and began to slowly kind of hypnotise you?
I think hypnotise is a very good word. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because when I first did these, and when you first showed them, they're so different to anybody else's. I mean, you think of the bogs, you think of Humbert Craig, Paul Henry, Maurice Wilkes, McGonigal. You think of all the traditional, I would say, more academic work. And these things are quite weird compared to that. And to a degree, they have had no real commercial interest or success in the way that, say, the water lilies have, or before that, the poppies.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a commercial, traditionally gallery attitude to painting them.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way I paint them because I love them, really.
Yeah, well, I would regard these as more adventurous, for example, than the poppy paintings or the water lily paintings.
Oh, absolutely. And a damn sight more difficult.
Yeah, yeah. And veering into abstraction a lot of the time.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Well, abstraction with mood, how's that for a quote?
Yeah, that's actually, that describes them beautifully, really. Yeah. The other thing is, of course, like Michael, having walked some of these bogs and sat there and kind of contemplated, and you know, it adds a whole different kind of meaning to them as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that. Yeah, I can assure you I'll be doing some more because I haven't got it right yet, but I'm going to keep at it.